What's good, beautiful people? How are you? This is your girl, Divine Karma, coming in with a reading on today. Y'all like it? Like it? Love it. I sent you peace, light, love, and harmony, as I always do about this time. Why? Because Divine Karma loves you, baby. I hope everybody's doing well. Before you do anything, family, put your fingers on that subscribe button for you, girl. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and smash that like button if you are ready to be like, if you are ready for this to be the best timeline out of all the timelines you can ever exist in. If you're ready for this one to be the best one, put your fingers on that like button for your girl. All right. I got that new song, Close to You by Skip Marley, the remake of Maxwell. I got that song in my head. Skip Marley. All right. I went hiking this morning. Had a marvelous time hiking. All right. Let's jump into this reading. For some reason, I was being drawn to pull from my Akashic Records oracle decks. So let's see what some of you could have been doing in a past life, what some of you, your Akashic Records hold for you. Abandonment energy from a past life will be a trigger in this one. Self-love. Some of you in a past life had some people or family members abandon you. Didn't have a lot of support. And when I pulled this deck, and I'm talking about things that could have happened in a past life, this energy has probably carried over into this life. So if I pull a card and that kind of resonates with you, 9 times out of 10, it's something from a past life and from your Akashic Records. All right. And you can always book a session with me on my website to dive into your Akashic Records to see what has carried over into this life for you. All right. What else we got? Sirius. Some of you have direct ties with Sirius. If you've always felt this connection and always wanted information about Sirius, you have definitely have ties with Sirius. You were royalty and rich in a past life. That's one of my favorite cards of this deck. And you know why? Because this really resonates with so many people. Because a lot of people wake up every day, and especially if they're not, in the financial status that they wish to be, and you feel like this ain't your real life, right? I've done it, right? So if you wake up and feel like this ain't your real life, like you want to tell God, like, I think it was a mix up somewhere, because I don't think this is my life. I think you gave me somebody else's. It's because you was rich and were royalty in a past life, and that energy is still with you. Fertility issues were your burden in a past life. It's the reason why having children or family is so important now. So for some of you in a past life, there were some fertility issues, either with you or maybe your significant other, and you couldn't have children. And in this life, that could be all that you really want. Like, are you okay with money? I mean, if it come, and everything else. But there's this passion that you want, children and a family and that unconditional love to give to a child. And that is the reason. Bottom of the deck, Atlantis and Lemuria. A lot of you have ties to Atlantis and Lemuria. A miscarriage in this life has reincarnated and dreams of you. They know who you are. Let me tell you something, especially for my divine feminines. You've had a lot of past life energy around fertility issues, having children, and some of you have miscarried in this life, and that seed has reincarnated and is back in this life, and is back in this life already, and they dream about you. I did a channeling for a friend of mine, and she had miscarried like years ago, and she wanted me to tap into the energy to see, was it a boy, was it a girl, or whatever. Was able to tap into the energy. It was a boy, told her his name, told her how old he is now because he's reincarnated, and that he dreams about her a lot. I think he just calls her the pretty lady in his dreams. He doesn't know who she is or why she's there, but if you ever want to book that session with me, I'm telling you, it's a good session to book. Let's get some more information. There's a lot of energy around family and not being abandoned and having support with all this energy. And some of you were literally, I'm seeing gold. I don't know why I'm hearing gold mine. And before I started this reading, I kept hearing the name Eric. This is my Bob Marley Oracle deck. You can get it on my website. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice, by Bob Marley. Love that. It's okay that your back is against the wall. Let the universe light the way. A lot of you, these past life energies, have presented themselves in your current, in your current life. All the things that I just mentioned, you take whichever one resonates with you. And for a lot of you, like I said, it seems like, this ain't real. Why is this happening? You came here, your soul came to come here in this age of Aquarius, because at this time, so many people are waking up. The veil is being lifted, right? And so many of you on this channel, so many of you, like, you want to balance your karma out, and you're on the path, like I've been talking about this for a few weeks, to not have to reincarnate. This might be your last rodeo here. And it says you never know how strong you are until that's the only choice that you have. And a lot of you are facing these energies because your soul is like going through your Akashic records. Just imagine, right? Your soul is going through your Akashic records like a librarian, just like, oop, we ain't cleared this energy yet. Let me go ahead and make sure I bring this energy to the forefront of their subconscious mind. So we pull another book. We ain't finished this yet. So imagine that your soul is doing that, because that's pretty much what's happening for a lot of you in this paradigm shift that we're in. Man is a universe within himself. You have to understand, you are your own universe, right? When the divine looks at us, the source looks at us as individuals. And I always say it wants to experience what it is to be you, and then the collective. So we have this universe, right? And if you think of all the elements that make up a universe, right? You have to remember, you are your own universe as well. You have that power as well. You have that magic as well, all right? Don't let them fool you or even try to school you. Bob Marley. The true universe, the true university is the one within. Get the highest degree there is, the know thyself degree. I'm telling you, a lot of you right now are feeling so much of the things I was talking about from my Akashic records. Like a lot of you are feeling this right now, because your soul is trying to, your soul is trying to make you graduate and get that know thyself degree. All right. Your soul is trying to make sure that you're well-rounded, and you could have stayed in a frequency too long, and your soul was in your Akashic Records library. Like, we have been on this chapter in this book for 8 years. Let me go ahead and push this and make them uncomfortable, right? And push this onto them so they can go ahead and face it head on and deal with it, so we can go on to the next, so we can get the next book off the shelf, right? Bottom of the deck, we know where we're going. We know where we're from. You've done the shadow work on yourself. Now set your intentions. And once you realize that this is happening, that your soul is in your Akashic Records library, snatching books off and checking, got your checklist going or whatever, it's time to set your intentions, right? What is it that you want, right? It's time to start manifesting. Let's get some more cards. Spirit is telling me to pull my initials deck. It had me get my initials deck out. So before we go on, let's go ahead and pull some initials. And these initials can be in your name, could be the first initial of your first name, middle name, or first initial of your last name. You take it how it resonates. I have an X. Not too many names start with an X, so that's very, very specific. You have an N. You have a J. You have an O. The J and the O and the N spells John. Another N. Got two N's, so somebody's first or last name, or you could have two N's in your name. H. Spirit said two more. A P. I'm hearing the name Joseph as well. And a U. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have another J. All right. Let's jump into some more energy. Spirit, give me some more messages. You have Ptah, skill. A lot of you, once your soul is content with where you at in the books that are being pulled off your Akashic Records library, and you went ahead and accepted this energy and like, man, I'm going to face this. I'm going to know thyself. I'm going to go ahead and get this, this graduation of elevation, right, that I keep talking about. Again, it's time to set your intentions. It's time to focus on your skills. It's time to focus on why you are here. You have healing. A lot of this is happening again because a lot of this stuff is healing that you need to do from a past life. And that healing needs to happen in this lifetime. I'm telling you, because so many of you, you're not going to reincarnate and come back to Earth. Some of you are going to go to different planets. Some of you are going to go to different galaxies. Some of you are going to be guardian angels. But right now, your soul is in your Akashic Records library because it's time to clean up all the karma that whatever you brought from a past life and whatever you still need to heal from. Like I said, if you feel like there's something like a trigger for you and you just can't run from it, your soul is doing that for a reason. It's time for you to heal, right? Order and peace. There is a calmness before the storm. And when I say storm, it's not a bad storm. It's this song, funny, because I thought about this while I was eating my acai bowl. And then Spirit just reminded me to say it. There's this song on Afrobeats. I listen to Afrobeats on Pandora. And I think it's by some boy named Coffee or something. And I think the song is called W. But when I watched the video, what is that song? Something about being grateful. Mm-hmm. Tell them what we do. Da, 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 da. But the song is called W. But if you watch the video, at the beginning, he has a preacher, and the preacher says this at the beginning of the video. The preacher says, not every storm was meant to break you. Some of them was meant to build you, right? And I absolutely love that saying. Y'all know I don't do religion, but I do like that saying. And there's order and peace coming in your life. There's harmony, there's balance coming in your life because it's energy, right? If you're feeling like it's so much chaos in my life right now, divine, it's because your soul is pushing you to clear this energy, do the healing. Because after this storm was not meant to break you. This storm was meant to build you, right? Death and rebirth. Your rebirth is on the way. Your old life is going to be something that you view like you're watching some old movie that you've watched several times, but it doesn't energetically affect you like that anymore, right? Your death and rebirth, scorpionic energy is upon you because of the times that we're in, right? Things are about to get crazy on this planet. If y'all think it's been crazy, I'm telling you, Tiamat has channeled me too many times and gave me a glimpse of but your soul is trying to get you in an energy of peace and balance and order and harmony, right? So that old you can die, because the old you is not going to be able to make it through all of this and everything that's coming down the pipeline on this planet, right? Because they're about the universe, the gods is about to hit the reset button, right? And you need this rebirth. Your soul is making you go through things right now because you need this rebirth to move into the new earth, to move into the fifth dimension, right? So you will be safe and protected at all times, because it is going to get crazy. Y'all knows it. Meditation. I'm hearing some of you need to spend more time speaking to the angelic beings, to your guardian angels, to for some of you that are connected to Sirius and Lumeria and Atlantis, you have a lot of beings in spirit realm that are from the time that you were there with Sirius and Atlantis and Lumeria, and they are trying to contact you. They are trying to give you some heads up on some things. They are trying to make sure that you have this death and this rebirth, right? Because there's a part of you when you heal here, man, it's going to clear and heal so many past lives, right? Your Akashic Records library, right? Your soul at some point when you get it, is going to just stop pulling books and was like, and going to just be in the library like the librarian with the glasses on. Just, yeah, we in here chilling. Don't get too loud. You know how we are in the library. But your soul is going to be absolutely ecstatic for this rebirth, right? Bottom of the deck, you have intelligence. Resourcefulness. A lot of you have resources in Sirius, Atlantis, and Lumeria. I'm picking up a heavy frequency and energy um, from those locations. Some of you weren't in Sirius. You were some kind of light being, light form. Like it wasn't. Of course, you came from here, so it wasn't human. But it was like light energy. It was like you were just an energy of light, whatever that is for you. For some of you in Atlantis and Lumeria, I keep seeing like a gold mining, something to do with gold. If you're very drawn to gold, this is definitely something for you. But in Atlantis and Lumeria, you had something to do with gold and precious metals. If you heavily drawn to a lot of us in this spiritual community, we, deal with crystals, but some of you are more in tune and look for, I want to say, exotic crystals, not your regular, what you find on Google and in the regular crystal books, right? It's something totally different for you, right? Let's go ahead and get some tarot. Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles. A lot of you are going to find your soul tribe. I'm picking up heavy as well. There's some of you that have this energy from Sirius and Atlantis and Lumeria. You're gonna have some. They're sending some soul tribe energy. Some of them are going to literally reincarnate and come here to help you. Once you have gone through your death and rebirth phase, y'all gonna meet some people, and you just gonna have this feeling like, why do I feel like that I know you, but it's strange? Like you're going to know, because it's going to be a really weird feeling. And that's why some of these beings are going to reincarnate to come help you, or they're going to send people in your like soul tribe to get you where you need to be. Will assist you, I'll say. Two of Wands. Fire energy. This fork in the road that you're coming up on, right? It's like as your soul is in the Akashic Records pulling this book, it's going to bring you to this fork in the road to where you're going to have an option, right? Spiritually speaking, you can go ahead and finish facing these challenges from this past life head on, right? And it's like, to have to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable, but this is a free will planet. The divine loves us that much that it said, you know what? Ain't really no right or wrong. There's only choices. That's all that there is, right? No right or wrong. There's only choices. And you can take the other fork, or you can take the other path, which you shy away from this and decide that you're not going to face it head on, right? You're going to come to that fork in the road, and I'm going to have confidence that you're going to choose the right one, because a lot of you, there is no going back. If you choose to not accept, the path that to be uncomfortable and face this head on, and you decide you don't want to deal with it, things are going to get very complicated is the word I'm going to use for lack of better words. It's going to get very complicated. And like I said, there's no right or wrong. I know it's in the vocabulary, but there's no right or wrong. There's only choices. This is a free will planet. The Hanged Man. A lot of you, when these energies start presenting themselves and your soul starts pulling this, pulling these books from your Akashic records, a lot of you are going to feel stuck. Like you're going to feel like I said, you're going to feel this pause, right? And it's like your soul telling you, man, just surrender. Namo Narayani. It means I surrender to the divine. Just surrender, because you're going to come to that fork in the road. They can't make the decision for you, right? You'll have to make the decision to face this, to accept these energies, clear out whatever you need to clear. And your soul, if you choose that path, your soul is going to be like, all right, let me pull out all the books from your Akashic records and let's get on this journey and clean this up, right? And some of you, when this fork in the road presents itself, you're going to hesitate. Right? You're going to hesitate. The moon, Pisces energy. Some of you are, feel like you don't know what's on the other side, or don't know, if I take this path of facing all of this and clearing this debt, and my soul, opening up and showing me, all the books that's still left to fulfill, so to speak, in my Akashic records. A lot of you feel like, how do I know what's on the other side? I'm sent here to tell you what's on the other side, right? Everything will come to the light, right? Everything will make sense, but you have to go through the process. I always say the magic, love, is in the unknown. Anybody can be in this matrix and turn on the autopilot. Anybody can do that. The magic is in the unknown. Woo. Ooh, that's a lot of cards, Spirit. You have the Five of Swords, air energy. It's going to be a battle between your ego and your soul, right? And here's the thing. Y'all know my third eye works different. And your ego doesn't have access to your Akashic records, right? So it's like, imagine your Akashic records library, and the ego can only go so far. And then your soul is like, you came this far, boo-boo, but you know you can't cross into this library, right? So your ego is at the door waiting, right? Mad, impatient, because your soul is in the Akashic Records library and your ego is outside the door because it doesn't have access to that, wanting to get in, right? I need to know because I don't want to get uncomfortable. And there's going to be a battle between your ego and your soul, right? I tell you all the time, the subconscious mind, it makes a horrible master, but it makes an amazing slave. And whatever you tell it, that is what imagine whatever you feed to your subconscious mind, whether it's things that you listen to or mental thoughts, whatever you feed it, that is like the vehicle. Your subconscious mind, imagine when your thoughts, that's the vehicle that's going to take it to the universe and say, oh, this is what they said we doing or what we are. Got to make it happen, right? And then you have the Chariot card, Cancer energy, victory, success. You want to know if you choose the right path. You want to know what's going to come to the light. You want to know what's in the unknown. You're in the unknown. The best quantum timeline of all the quantum timelines that exist of you. You can make this the best timeline. money, career, finance, love, success, happiness, joy, stability. It's completely up to you. It's your choice. Bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords, air energy. Some of you have some divine feminines, and I'm picking up with these fertility issues, a lot of divine feminine energy from a past life, to where, again, some of you had, issues with fertility, and again, an abandonment. But some of you have divine feminine guides that are really, really trying to make some things happen for you in this lifetime. But you know what you're going to have to do in order to get, for those things to come into fruition. Because the Seven of Swords, their energy, because baby, your ego is at the door. The Akashic Records trying to look in windows and shit. Your soul pulling down the blinds. You can't come in here. You don't have access. Shutting the door, pulling the blinds down, right? Your ego knocking on the door. Your soul about to send you some troops out there. All right. So this is what I have for you. Y'all know the drill. I love you, and I love it when you love me back. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.